Good morning, everyone. Welcome to All Campus here on the Ocean City Boardwalk. It's game day here down in Ocean City. Eagles traveling out to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. I feel good about the game. I guess I'm in the minority here. I'm here with John Coyle. All kinds of stuff going on down here at All Campus. What we got going? 10% off?
We got 10% off all day today up until game time, and then we got the cornhole games going on. You guys come down here, we're going to give you 4 shots. Every time you make one, you get 10% off, so you have a chance of getting 40% off today, guys.
And on top of that, we're introducing A2D memberships for $9.99 a month. You can get amazing perks, including shout-outs, members-only shows, appearances, and weekly picks from the Money Pop podcast, which I guess just went off the air. Become an A2D member. They're on fire. Make some money. $9.99 to total steal. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. You miss anything here on A2D Radio, download us, Podcast Forum, Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio. Takeover Talk. We're everywhere. Don't miss anything. Turn like that. Hit the chat. Subscription. Don't miss anything. So let's get into our poll question here. We got a lot to talk about. We got some fantasy stuff. We got the Eagles. Branch off maybe into some Sixers.
Got a little bit of Sixers and Flyers. Yeah.
Flyers doing well. We got a World Series that's set, so we can get into that a little bit and just evaluate how far the Philadelphia Phillies are away from what I watched last night and what I was watching in the American League, because it's leaps and bounds.
It's a long way.
Long way around. So we got an interesting poll question here today. The Eagles have a good enough foundation to compete in the next 2 years. Agree or disagree? I'll kick it to you.
You want me to start off?
Yeah, I want you to start.
I disagree. I don't think the foundation for this team has been built good enough for a extended period of time. I just think we're too old. I think we just start kicking the money down every single year, and it's going to start catching up to us. I mean, I don't know if we can start moving these pieces and freeing up some money. I know we got some money available next year. I just don't think – I'm not a believer in you build through free agency. I'm a believer in you build through the draft. And the way that we have drafted the last 5-7 years, there's zero chance of us being good in the next couple of years, in my opinion.
Who's here in 2 years?
Well, the only thing I do like is the 2 tackles, right? Our 2 bookends, I think, could be good in Dillard and Malaga. So hopefully those 2 can stay good on the offensive line. And then you do have Devontae Smith on the outside. But besides that, offensively, Dallas Goedert, I mean, maybe. But I'm not going to say he's going to ever be a top 10 tight end. I don't see him being that. I think tight ends are a dime a dozen also, just like running backs are nowadays. So I don't see anyone else on our offense being a future in 2 years. Defensively, there's no one.
Nothing.
Josh Sweat?
Sweat is
Maybe.
signed, so he's –
I mean, what else is there?
Hargrave's 28. So
right.
in 2 years, he'll be 30.
You got to think the decline's coming there.
There's no linebackers
There's
here.
no linebackers here. The secondary's old and not good. I mean, I don't know what Slay's contract is, but even having him, what's he going to be, 32?
He'll be older.
Right?
I think he's good.
I think he's great. Don't get me wrong, yeah.
But, I mean, your poll question's in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, is Slay going to be here or is Slay going to be effective? I'm not sure. I'm really not. So,
there's no safeties. I mean, are you counting Wallace? I can't. You can't count Wallace.
Kevin Wallace stinks.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Yeah,
I don't know. Went to Clemson, so he got Brian Dawkins comparisons, which was
well, he has those
flat out joke.
He has those freak athletics to be it, but he just athletics don't turn you into a football player either.
Did I miss something with Kevin
Wallace?
He's
a big guy. He's a big guy that can move.
But yeah, they're just kind of kicking the can down the road.
That's what it's been, right? That's the Howie Roseman style.
Miles Sanders, I'm not giving him a big contract.
No.
And then our scheme is just like not to use running backs at all, and they seem to like Gainwell a lot.
Yeah,
he seems to get more and more touches every week.
Every year, it's a new running back that we like a lot.
So like he's like the James White, Darren Sproles, gadget kind of a running back,
right?
Now, maybe this coach doesn't think he needs an every down prototype running back.
Seems like that's what he's using, is gadget type of running backs. I mean, we all run the ball down, between the tackles, so What the hell's the difference of having one that does or doesn't?
I like Quez Watkins, but he's not a starter.
No.
He's a third, fourth guy on a good team.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Quez Watkins, if he's on the Kansas City Chiefs or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a premium offense in this league, he's not seeing the field. He might not even be active.
No,
and
he's a guy who I'm okay with, who might spell me for a game or two if someone's got a hamstring or something like that, but I can't rely on him for 19 or 16, 17 games. No.
Davion Taylor at linebacker, he's a third-round pick.
That's a joke.
He's been getting more snaps. At least I see him.
Yeah, he's been looking worse, though.
But, I mean, that's the only slim possible guy that I can see here in 2 years. And then the quarterback, I think we're both on the same page.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people.
Everyone is now, I think.
The only people who are Jalen Hurts up as a franchise quarterback are the people who just hated Carson so much.
Well, and then you got the people who look at the newspaper, the next day and see his fantasy stats, right? And he's lighting it up. The guy's getting averaging 25 points on fantasy. That doesn't mean he's good, fellas. That does not mean he's good. He does not hit any passes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're throwing the ball 45 times a game and you have the capability to run the ball like Jalen Hurts does, like he's our red zone. He's our red zone.
He's
our
back. Offense. Yeah,
he's our red zone running back.
Yeah.
So he's been getting at least one rushing touchdown in each of the games. I feel like.
Right.
Maybe outside of San Francisco, which he might have. I think he snuck one in actually.
What, Trey Lance?
No.
Against San Fran. Okay.
But even then, I think he rushed one in. So, I mean, your fantasy stats are going to look good if you're going to have 1 to 2 rushing touchdowns a game and have 45 pass attempts.
But when you have 6, 7 to 10 open passes that you completely miss, like you can't be an NFL quarterback.
Like not even in the vicinity of.
No, yeah. I mean, you're not leading your guy. You're not throwing him open or whatever in that window that every NFL quarterback needs to hit. Jalen Hurts can't do it. So
and then he can't get the ball down the field, and he can't stretch the middle of the field. So I don't know what people are seeing that Jalen Hurts is some franchise quarterback. Now, he's young, I suppose.
There he is.
I guess. But, I mean, like, look at Justin Herbert's young.
Joe Burrow's young.
Joe Burrow's young.
You got a lot of young quarterbacks out there now.
This is what I want to ask you. This is why I drove down from Bucks County. I was thinking about I was, pondering some stuff.
All right.
Why is it, and it's not just the Eagles. It's all the teams in this city.
Right.
You have Austin Riley.
Yeah.
Just smacking the ball over
out of nowhere.
In the NLCS.
Came out of nowhere.
I mean, he was a hot prospect. He was a highly regarded prospect. But him and Alec Boehm are the same age.
Right.
So why does Austin Riley hit the ground running and he can help his team win? And then I get the narrative that, Boehm's young. He needs at-bats.
Yeah. And listen, I'm one that got fooled by Boehm too. Last year, he had a good year, right? Came on the scene, hit the cover off the ball. It seemed like every single time he had a runner in scoring position, he drove him in. This year, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is his swing too long, right? A lot of people are saying he's got too long of a swing. He doesn't cut down when he's got 2 strikes or whatever. I don't know if it's a coaching thing or if it's a scouting thing, but yeah, you're right. It seems like Philadelphia in general does not figure it out.
With Boehm, it's an overall skill thing because he first comes up and you tell him, just go hit.
Right.
And it'll be fine. And then you get in year 2. Well, now you got to play good third base.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
And he can't do it. He's not a defensive guy.
Right. I mean, that's not going to happen.
The whole narrative on him coming up through the farm system was, is he a third baseman? And he's proven he's not. But then you have Reese over there at first base, and he's got to play
you can't put him
third.
at left, right?
No.
I mean, you can't
remember
put him at left, right?
Remember when we had Reese
That was a
left?
joke.
That was an absolute joke.
Yeah.
But I mean, then you look at these guys like, Ben Simmons. Like, is Ben gonna get it this year? Is he gonna get it? No. But then you have guys like John Morant who hit the ground running.
Right.
You have guys name like 21, 22-year-old, even younger than that in the NBA because they get drafted at 18. They come in and
Yeah. I don't know what the answer is as far as Philadelphia with their young guys, and then I don't know what the answer is to what time do you pull it? What time do you say enough's enough? Right? Do you give up on that quote unquote potential that these guys have? and then risk them going off and having a decent career somewhere else, or do we just sit here and take it?
But I can't. If I'm a GM, I can't be fearful that if a guy's not working out for me and I let him go somewhere else and he's good, I can't play those games.
Okay.
You'll drive yourself nuts.
Right, right.
And all the time you're thinking he's going to go somewhere else and be good, he's on your team stinking.
Right. And baseball's a little different, since we're talking about Bohm. Like, you can always find a solid guy in baseball, in my opinion. Right? I mean, there's always a guy out there. Mike Moustakas was out there. You got a couple other third basemen. Chris Bryant's going to be out there this year. That you can fill in those gaps because money's not really an issue in baseball. But in the other sports, basketball, Ben Simmons, you're taking a step back if you trade him. No matter what anyone wants to say, this team is not as good with Ben Simmons off this team and someone else on it. It's just a fact. And I don't know if that means we don't trade him or we do trade him. I don't know. But as a GM, I don't want to get worse ever.
Jake Friel, he's in the chat. What's up, boys? I agree with the poll. They have some young players they can build around, but it just depends on how the GM handles the draft.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Where are the young guys?
Well, I know what he's saying. And here's the other thing that I didn't really put in the ponder about is we got 3 first-rounders this year, right? We do have some draft capital. So if we're thinking 2 years from now, can we be a contender? Do those 3 first-rounders mean anything? Do they hold any weight for you?
Yeah, they have to, because even though Howie Roseman stinks at the draft,
right,
you can't ignore the fact that you don't build football teams through free agency. You build it through the draft. You can't just say, I'm bad at drafting. You draft these 3 first-round picks mean nothing.
Right, yeah, you have to hope they hit. Yeah.
You got to hit. You got to hit something. Now, if you want to package them up and, get an established guy, maybe at the quarterback position, or get some, big-time edge rusher, which I think this team desperately needs, or a corner
right,
that's young that this team desperately needs, okay, but you can't miss and miss and miss and miss on the draft. And the mistake that Howie Roseman always makes in the draft is he doesn't pick the best guy on the board.
100%.
He picks guys that he thinks fit his scheme.
They go for the guys that they fall in love with. They don't go for the guys that are proven players. They go for the guys that they think will be home runs down the future.
But like Justin Jefferson is better than Jalen Reagor.
That one hurt a lot.
Every metric, eye test, stats, workout, combine, whatever you want to do to measure football players, Justin Jefferson was better than Jalen Reagor.
Right. And you know what the worst?
But they go with Jalen Reagor because for whatever reason, Howie Roseman and this scouting department has an infatuation with the young, small, speedster type of guy.
And the worst part is on all that is, right, you miss on Jefferson, you take Reagor, right? And now, not only do we kick the can of money now we're kicking the can on draft picks, right? So now Rager's not the answer. What do we got to do? The next year, we got to go back to the well, and we got to get another wide receiver, right? When we could have had Jefferson, and then this year maybe you say, okay, we're okay at wide receiver. We got our number 1. Let's go and take Micah Parsons, right? And now you got that linebacker that's going to be here for 10, 15 years, right? And that's what happens. Once you miss, now you're kicking it down next year. And you miss again, you're kicking it next year. And at some point, it's got to stop. And I don't know if it's getting rid of Howie. Is that the issue? Or is this really coaching? Because we've seen Nelson Aguilar go on. He's
Nelson
playing.
Aguilar was a good football player in 2017. He was a big reason the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But whatever.
And we got rid of him, and he had a decent year the next year, right?
Whatever happened, it wasn't going to work here. He wasn't doing good. The fans were giving it to him, and he couldn't handle it.
That's what is that coaching, or is that missing on something a guy can't play in Philly?
Also, I talk about with Brad Ryer on the Sports Hounds every Monday night because he's a New York guy and I'm a Philly guy. Those are big markets.
Yeah,
tough, brutal, mean. Gonna tell you how it is.
Probably the two biggest.
That needs to be a part of your scouting department. Is this guy going to be able to handle playing in New York, Boston, Philadelphia,
Chicago?
Yeah. Well, they're kind of happy-go-lucky there.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. I think New York and Philly are your top 2, right?
LA with the Dodgers and the Lakers, like
They buy championships.
not the Dodgers as we saw
Well,
last night.
yeah, but they try to buy teams. I'm saying.
They do, but
I,
I mean, the Lakers and Dodgers fans are passionate
Very passionate,
fans.
very passionate. But they won't get on a team. They won't get on a team like Philly or New York does.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
And
we'll boo our teams.
it's that East Coast. Boston, New York, Philadelphia are the main
right.
culprits. Not everyone can take it.
Yeah, that needs to be a factor into scouting, into development. And I don't know if we're getting into the whole mental illness thing or the mental challenges thing here tonight or today, but yeah, I don't know how you evaluate that.
It's like Devontae Smith was a good pick. He can play anywhere. He's a worker, and he does his job, and he's going to fit well in any market.
Right.
You look at a guy like Jalen Rager who wants to mess up and then goes on Twitter. Well,
Yeah.
why are what they don't think I'm good? I don't understand, because you're not doing it on the field. You're a first round pick.
Right, and I do think that's one thing that if I'm a GM and I'm evaluating a guy that's coming out of college and he's big on Twitter, I'm staying away from him. I hate this. I hate this whole Twitter thing. I hate the whole feelings thing about it. How you have to look good on Twitter and you have to have the fans to have the advertising and the merchandise deals and all that stuff. I hate that. I want a player.
Any player who's worried about their brand
right
in high school or college before you make it big time in the pros. Once you make it big time in the pros, you want to have a shoe deal.
100%. Go be LeBron.
Go do it. Yeah. But if you're worried about your brand in high school or college, and now you see it because the college kids
they open the books to it, right? Pandora's box is open to that now.
Like, look at Spencer Rattler. The guy stinks.
God. That guy's a joke.
The guy stinks.
But he's going to make $10 million this year.
And he'll never play a lick in the pros.
Maybe not. Yeah.
He's going to transfer to whatever. What college we got here?
Yeah, he'll go to a smaller
Boise
D1,
State.
right? Like a BYU or something. Yeah.
And he'll be good.
Right.
And he'll probably get drafted, but he won't play a lick because he's soft and cares about Spencer Rattler more than he cares about whatever team he's going to be on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, now that you brought him up, I watched that Netflix show, the QB1. He was on that.
He looked like a clown.
I know. But you're talking, these are 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that you're putting on these shows. How are they supposed to react? Like, what as a society do we think is going to happen when we posterize these guys and make them like bigger than life?
But that gives him the green light to do it. Oh, I must be big time. They have a Netflix show about me.
Right.
Oh, and then this autograph company over here wants to give me this much money, and that autograph company over there wants to give me this much money.
Yep.
Now I got $10 million in the bank. I haven't done anything.
And why work? Why try to be better? Because it's working right now. It's the same as the Ben Simmons saga right now, right? It's worked his whole entire life. Why do I change? Why am I going to change when it's made me this successful so far?
Are we still on the
No,
we're not. We're off that.
Well, I'm not today. Today's Eagle Day. Let's focus on this game.
All right, so
today.
We just ripped the team for not really being equipped in the next 2 years to be
Correct.
contenders. Having said that, John, I like the Eagles today.
You do. I don't see how.
Well, I mean, look, you have the Raiders.
Right.
And I think that they overcame a lot last week.
They look good.
And that was their one.
You think that was the rally cry for John Gruden? That was the bring together game?
Well, unless they didn't like John Gruden and they like this guy better, and it might be. But, I mean, I look at the Raiders. They're 4-2.
Right.
They're not, I mean, they don't impress me at all.
They impress me a lot because that division is tough. That's a tough division. That could be the best division in football.
Yeah, Denver. I mean,
right?
Denver, they stink. They lost to.
Okay. I mean, they stink, but they got a better record than us.
What's their record?
I think they were 3-3, right? So
3-5. I don't have much respect for them after Thursday night.
Right. Okay.
And, I look at, and I said it last week. I said I really like the Eagles going into this game. That because the only game Nick Sirianni has looked like a competent NFL coach was Atlanta, when he had months and months and months to prepare.
Right.
Now, he didn't have months and months and months to prepare for this game, but he had a little mini bye.
You're buying into the 3-day extension here?
Yes, I am,
Okay.
and I hope they utilized it good because they don't have the regular bye week until week 14,
Right.
which
Right.
is
That's a late buy for
a
us.
very late
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
So you have that. I think Nick puts together. I've given up on him running the ball,
You have to because it's not going to change.
even though the Raiders stink against the run, and they should be able to bully him up front. Maybe he'll run the ball today. I don't know.
Why do we say this? Like what? We had this talk last week. This was the main thing we took last week. People do not change, right? Nick Sirianni is not going to change. This offense is going to be this offense.
No, I don't agree with you. I don't agree this is how he wants to play football. I think he is hamstrung by a quarterback that is inadequate. I don't think this is a Nick Sirianni offensive playbook. I don't think this is how he wants to play football.
So you're telling me he thinks that his quarterback's inadequate, so he throws the ball more.
So he does the RPOs and he leaves it in Jalen Hurts' hand.
Okay,
which is fatal because he's not good at reading the defense. He can't throw the ball. He doesn't know. I mean,
he misses windows, and that's what it is. He misses windows on RPOs. You're looking at windows.
All these offensive linemen down the field penalties that we keep getting. That's all on Jalen Hurts.
That's all. Yeah.
I mean, you look at some of these like Baldy's breakdowns on Twitter, which I like, and some of the stuff Chucks does with the film here at A2D Radio. You know, you look at it where it's clear as day that he should be sticking the ball in the Miles Sanders or Kenneth Gainwell's stomach.
Right.
He doesn't do it.
No.
And then he drops back. The guys are down the field, and these receivers aren't even running routes. I said it last week. If you have cover two high safety, you run the ball.
100%.
That's all 100%. You do. You run it until they don't play it.
Yep. Yeah.
Period.
And that makes your passing game a lot better, right? You don't have the two over-the-top coverages. You're going to do better. It's just, you're right. That is simple football 101.
And I've never really played. I don't really study the X and O's like some people out there.
Right.
Like, and I know that just from watching.
Yeah, and I don't know if does Jalen Hurts not? Do we think he doesn't recognize that, or do we think that he just wants to be the man so much? Like I have no explanation. That's what bothers me the most. Right? Is I see it myself. Everyone sees it. We all see it. But Jalen Hurts doesn't. Why?
Because he's not good.
I mean, that can't be the answer. You're an NFL player. You have to have some understanding of the game.
But he doesn't.
That baffles me. That baffles me. Now you're telling me that the whole entire
Jalen Hurts
franchise
is the
of the Eagles
don't
understand.
Problem on this football team. He's not any good.
I tend to agree you on the field. I think Jalen Hurts is the biggest problem. But if you want to talk the biggest problem, 100%, it's got to go to Howie Roseman.
I'm not wasting my breath on Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman's not going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
He's tied at the hip to Jeffrey Lurie, and we're just going to have to deal with it.
Right.
If you want to sit here and complain about Howie Roseman, you might as well just find a new team. Find a new team to root for. He's not going anywhere. Jeffrey Lurie's not selling the team.
Right.
Howie Roseman's not going anywhere. So you have Howie Roseman. He's your GM. So if you're an Eagles fan, you need to hope he figures it out. And Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, they got to know that this guy's inadequate. And Jalen Hurts.
100%, I think they know it. And they showed it to you that they know that when they went to go make the trade for Deshaun Watson. And then they brought in Gardner Minshew. They know it. I don't know what they're going to do about it, but they know it.
But Jalen Hurts, I think he does have enough athletic ability to overcome his lack of football IQ and his lack of arm strength to move the sticks in this league.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
In the short term. Look, I look at the Raiders' defense. I don't see much. I look at the Raiders' offense, and it's an okay offense. This is not – and another thing, my cousin's out there in Vegas. He's at the game. He said the Strip is littered with Eagles green and Eagles white.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm 100%. I bet you this is more of a home game than it is a road game.
So you got extra prep time to maybe you can coach up this stinky quarterback, develop figure out that you have to have balance in this league.
Okay.
And I think the defense, this offensive line for the Raiders isn't good to begin with.
No, that's true.
And it's banged up.
Right. Yeah, the offensive line isn't. You said their defensive line. Crosby's a monster.
That guy's good.
He's a monster. I mean, you're going to double team him all game long.
Where did he come from?
He was a top pick. He was
he?
Yeah, he was a first rounder.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've never heard of him in my life.
I can't remember the college he came from. It wasn't a top tier college, I don't think. I can't remember.
I bet you have his hat though, even though it's not
I guarantee you I have his hat. Yeah, but he scares me. That to me takes away a whole entire side of the field when you have a guy who's that dominant. And Crosby's been that dominant, guys.
This is his 6th year in the league.
Is it really?
Yeah, maybe he's a late bloomer.
I don't know. Where did he come from? Baltimore?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's this.
Who are you talking about? Mason Crosby?
No, that's the. It's week 6, so I got.
Okay.
Confused. So.
No,
so he got drafted in 2019. I'm sorry.
There it is. Yeah, and he was a first rounder, if I believe so, right?
Let me see.
Because I think the Raiders have went defensive line the last.
Well, all Mayock seems to want to do is pick Ohio State and Clemson guys, which isn't.
That's not a bad
play.
Which
isn't a bad strategy at all. But I don't remember him at.
I don't remember him in college either. No, I don't really follow college enough, but I do know he has been a very disruptive force the last 10 to 12 games for that team. He came on really strong at the end of the year last year and has just carried it over to this year.
Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
So that's a good find.
Yeah, right.
4th round, 106.
Oh, he's
overall.
a 4th round. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a good find by Mike Mayock.
That's an amazing find.
So, yes, he's a good football player. You look at their offensive line, it's not very good.
No.
Talking about the Raiders.
Right.
And, this is supposed to be how this Eagles team is built.
This is how we're supposed to win games.
All the money's up front.
Yep.
Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, Sweat has a big contract now. So, you have those guys need to get after it.
Yeah.
Which I think they should be able to do today.
You're going to be a little bit in trouble in the back end. I think Ruggs is going to have a big game for them. I just think that speed is going to kill us today.
Well, if you give him a free release off the line,
we're going to. Right? We always sit back 10 yards.
That baffles me. Jonathan Gannon.
Well, you sit your zone. You're a zone. What do you play? 80% zone. Like your zone. You don't bump and run. That's just not what happens.
Go press them. Because Ruggs is not physical. Hunter Renfrow is not physical.
No, you're there.
The only guy they have that's like a big prototype wide receiver is Brian Edwards.
Is Williams playing? He's not, right?
Williams.
Don't they have that?
Well, Waller is supposedly super questionable.
Okay, all right, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
The tight end.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
This football team's done a good job against tight ends.
Yeah.
Not so good against, the outside receiver guys.
Let's see how they do it. This is going to be a test against the top tight end, right?
Well, Kelsey didn't do anything. Hill burnt you.
Hill burnt me. Yeah, that's why I'm afraid of Ruggs today with the speed. I think they lose by 10. I don't see how they stop Vegas, and I don't see how they score.
I predicted 8 and 9 before the season.
Okay.
So you're 2-4, right? And I'm going to continue to be optimistic until I don't see a path to 8 wins.
Okay.
I still see a clear path to 8 wins.
A clear path.
Correct.
Okay.
Because even though we don't really like what this team might look like in 2 years, right now it's super average.
Right.
Which that doesn't mean it's bad.
No.
And that doesn't mean it's great. So you're right in the middle. So 17 games, 8 and 9 against a totally fair expectations.
Okay.
You get today is a big one. The Lions stink. Nick Sirianni.
That's a team that's just a
Nick
turmoil.
Sirianni is Vince Lombardi compared to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is such a bad football coach. He's in so far over his head. Not that Nick Sirianni's
he doesn't make
not.
it this year. He gets canned during the year. Probably.
I mean, he's crying at press conferences. He buried his quarterback. They're losing all kinds of close games, which tells me they're not mentally tough.
Right.
That sucks that they got beat by a 70-yard field goal or whatever by Justin Tucker. But, that happens sometimes.
They have been in games, though. I mean, it's not – listen, I'm not – is that game's in Detroit, too, right?
No, I think they got
That's home?
they can't be 15-point home dogs. It's impossible. The Lions?
Oh, you're talking about today? No, I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got to go there.
We go there, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So listen, I'm not going to say that's a guaranteed win.
Nothing's a guaranteed win for this team.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how people are saying, "Oh, we're going to win today. We're going to win against Detroit." Like, what gives you that guarantee that you think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I feel good about the game today.
Okay.
I feel good about the game today.
Do you feel good as a fan, or do you feel good as a guy who's
both,
looking at football?
Because I keep it real.
Okay.
I keep it real here, and I've predicted every game right so far.
Right.
So I don't expect that to change now. You get these two, you're 4-4, which is baffling that this team can possibly be 4-4.
That's absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Then you look at it going forward. You still got two against the Giants, who stink.
Right.
The Giants stink. They're an absolute train wreck. Joe Judge, he's another coach that I would take Nick Sirianni over.
You got Washington, that's winnable games.
Washington isn't. I don't know what happened to that defense, but they're not getting pressure and they're not making any plays on that side of the ball. And Taylor Heineke ain't it.
He's not the answer.
You still got two games there.
Right.
So that's 4 winnable.
Winnable, correct.
Winnable.
Yeah.
You have the Jets.
That's definitely winnable.
That game's at home.
Yep.
That's winnable. Then you have the Chargers. That's probably a loss. You have Dallas again. That's probably a loss. You have Denver. Denver hasn't shown me anything. That's not.
I think that's in Denver, I believe. So I would chalk that up as a loss. But it's a winnable game.
By no means is that a Chargers game where you're going in, I can't win. Is that by no means is that a Tampa Bay Buccaneers
game?
Right.
That we're going to get shellacked. Yeah.
So there's games on the schedule that could be had. This is why I can't get too excited about the draft yet, because I think the Eagles are going to get in that 6 to 8 win range. I think the Colts are going to win their games.
I think the Colts are going to come back and look good too. Yeah.
And we'll see how that shakes out with Tennessee and Indianapolis there in the South.
Miami's pick's looking good if we're
that's the one.
That's looking nice.
That's the crown jewel right now.
Right.
Because I think they lose again today to Atlanta. It's one of my favorite.
So do I.
I love Atlanta today. Love them. So that's why you got to wait till it's 3 top 10 picks now through week 7. That doesn't mean anything.
Right. No, 100%. And I'm very optimistic, though. If we do, let's say we do get 3 top 10 picks, right? Let's say we have the 3, 6, 9. I 100% think Howie Roseman's going to mess it up. He's going to reach for a quarterback. He's going to trade possibly all 3 of these picks to go get a quarterback.
No, I don't think he forces. Now, if there's a quarterback that they like, which I can't fathom that they do, because
how did you like Jalen Hurts? You liked him.
He wasn't a top 10 pick, though.
I get it.
There's no doubt about it that they fumbled the Jalen Hurts situation. They took Jalen Hurts as an insurance policy for
injuries
for Carson Wentz in case he got injured, because then he could go in and there would be no film on him and he could run around and make plays. In no way did they pick Jalen Hurts to be the franchise quarterback. There's not. You can't sell me that at all.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
All right.
So then Carson gets all butthurt because
and you have to move him.
Hurts got picked, and Wentz just went through everything with the Foles situation.
Right.
And then Hurts, then he plays bad, and Wentz has got to go.
I agree. I 100% agree with all that. I just don't think that Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, they have a plan. I don't think they have a plan. And as a GM, going to our poll question, that's a big thing for me. Looking to the future and having a plan for anything, for your life, for your business, for especially a sports organization, you should have a plan. And these guys have just shown year after year after year, they have zero freaking idea what they're doing.
Like Julio Figueroa, he still thinks they're going to go 10-7 and make the playoffs.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man. I mean, if you win, but John, if you win 8 games this year, let's say my prediction's correct.
Okay.
And they win 8 games.
I'd be thrilled.
You go 4-8.
Right.
Double.
And if we win 8 games, Jalen Hurts is coming back for me next year. Right? Jalen Hurts is coming back. If we win 8 games, Jalen Hurts is my guy. If I can double my wins with a quarterback, he's staying. I got him on the books. He's cheap. Why would I try to move?
That's the only thing he's got going for him is that he's cheap.
Yeah. Oh, so if your prediction's right, you need to be saying Jalen Hurts is my guy, and now I have draft capital to fill in gaps.
I
I
can't.
don't think that.
I can't. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's week 7. Like, plenty of time to talk about if Jalen Hurts should be the quarterback next year. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a quarterback in 2 years,
If
but
he
he might be the quarterback next year if
if
they
he
win 8
takes this
games.
right, if he takes this team to get in 8 games, don't you think that they should build around him then and give him a better chance of winning 10 games instead of taking everything that you built and throwing it all away to try to go get another quarterback and then still having not good pieces around whatever quarterback we bring
No,
in?
because the GMs in the NFL, they build teams backwards. In my opinion, they build teams backwards. Why would the Jaguars take Trevor Lawrence first?
Oh,
Why?
I mean,
Why?
listen, I'm taking Trevor
Why?
Lawrence first.
Trade the pick. Trade the pick. You get the quarterback. You
No.
get the quarterback last.
Listen,
You get the quarterback last. You build the infrastructure of your football team, and you get the quarterback last.
I think there's
If I
something.
can win if I see Brad Johnson win a Super Bowl, if I see Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl, if I see Nick Foles win a Super Bowl, if I see Jeff Hostetler in the '90s win a Super Bowl,
Right.
because they have great infrastructure around them,
Correct.
why would I spend a top pick on a quarterback when I have nothing?
Because you also see the Patrick Mahomes and the Russell Wilsons and
Patrick Mahomes went like 15th in the draft, though.
okay, he's still a top quarterback. He's the top quarterback right now, and he's getting paid like it. I mean, you have guys like that, Tom Brady's, who those are the guys. It's the most important position in all of sports. All right, if you can get the best guy at it, you're do it.
Okay, and then answer because once you hit on a quarterback, you got to pay him, and that's
Correct.
detrimental to your team. Detrimental in a hard cap league.
Right.
When did Patrick Mahomes win his Super Bowl? How much money was he making?
He was on his rookie deal.
On his rookie deal.
Right. I hear you, and I get that, and there is some truth behind that, but there's also truth of we're witnessing it now. We have been witnessing it now for 12 plus years. Tom Brady. He makes guys better. Peyton Manning makes guys better. Andrew Luck, if he would have stayed in this league, made guys better. Russell Wilson makes his guys better.
And what's Russell Wilson done since he got a big payday?
Well, I listen, I'm not putting that on him.
It's not, but
I'm not putting that on him.
It is,
and I'm not putting that on his.
It's on his contract because they can't have the Legion of Boom with a rookie contract Russell Wilson there, and that's just why they peak in November every year and then lose in the playoffs. And now they're screwed because Russell Wilson broke his finger, and now you got Geno Smith in there, and you got no chance to do anything. You got to hope to keep your head above water before Russell Wilson to come back.
I get that, but
And then Tom Brady in New England. Tom Brady in New England was playing the last couple of years in New England. He was playing at like a $3.5 million cap hit, so they can go out and get a bunch of toys around him and on defense.
Right. But you're telling me if the Deshaun Watson, let's get rid of all the political nonsense around it and all the legalities of it. If we have a chance of going out and getting him, you're not doing that?
How much?
2 first rounders. Let's just say 2 first rounders, right? There's rumors that he's going to be traded for less.
Well, yeah, because it's the longer you wait, the less you're going to get.
I'm giving up 2 first rounders.
But then you have Deshaun.
Okay.
You don't have any more cap space anymore.
Nope.
So you're telling me if you insert Deshaun Watson instead of Jalen Hurts.
Correct.
Right now.
I think this is a 10-win team. I think our wide receivers get better. I think our tight ends get better. I think our offensive line gets better because a quarterback like that makes you better. He throws open wide receivers. He throws good timing passes so your offensive line know how to block and where to block. Quarterbacks like that make everyone better.
But, I mean, it's a little different because I've seen Deshaun Watson be good in this league. It's not a shot in the dark taking,
a rookie.
whatever quarterback 10th in the draft. So, are the Eagles a 10-win team with Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
I guess. I mean, if I have them at 8.
You got him at 8 with freaking Hurts.
8 with Hurts, and he stinks. So, yeah, I guess so.
And that puts us in the playoffs, or at least definitely in the hunt.
And then I still have one of the 3 first rounders,
Right.
pending Carson's health.
I know we're getting a little bit down the rabbit hole with it, but what makes a good team is a good quarterback, right? You're not going to win with bad quarterbacks. You can win with guys like we did with Nick Foles, who we all want to say got lucky. We know he's not a good quarterback, but he got lucky. Those don't happen too often. I believe it's only been 4 or 5 NFL Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that are not Hall of Famers.
Right. Well, right now you have Tom Brady, who just wins every single one.
Okay. And then you're going to have Patrick Mahomes after that.
Patrick Mahomes.
Like, what year do you think this Kansas City team is going to fall off because of his contract? They're always going to be a contender. Always, because of him.
Yeah, but where do they rank in the AFC right now?
What, 1, 2?
You think they're the first or second best team in the
How
AFC?
do you say they're not still? I mean, I know their defense is garbage, but you got to score 40 points to beat them.
They got smacked by Buffalo. They got smacked by Baltimore. But you can score 40 points to beat them.
I'm not putting Baltimore ahead of them, but Buffalo.
But they beat them.
Okay, they beat them. I'm still not putting them ahead. Give me a playoff game. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
They got it. Okay.
I just believe it's the number one position. I want the best I can always get at it. I think that's just how it should be, no matter what the paycheck is.
If you trade for an established guy like Deshaun Watson, then I get you can do that.
Here it is, right here. The Rams just did it, right? Rams said,
right, but
we have a team around us that is competitive and can win. We just need that quarterback.
But don't you recognize? Yeah, but the Rams built how I told them to. They got the quarterback last.
Right, but we have the capital now to do that. We have the capital now to go get a quarterback, all right, and a decent structure with the draft capital to build.
I would use my 3 first rounders on
defense,
whatever.
Right.
Not quarterback.
I am in agreement with you.
And then after the draft, if Deshaun Watson is still out there, then he won't. Then he won't because Miami's going to trade.
Someone's going to get him.
Tua stinks.
Yeah.
But
I'm afraid. Look, here we go. A team like Washington. Let's say Washington gets Deshaun. Aren't they automatically better than us now?
Yeah, but they got better bones than the Eagles.
I hear you, but so you're saying don't go get a Watson until you have the pieces around you?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct. And the Rams is the perfect example.
Okay.
You draft Aaron Donald. He's in the prime of his career. You go steal Ramsey from Jacksonville.
Right.
Obviously, I don't have their draft picks over the last couple years in
front of me. Well, they bolstered up the offensive line.
But
yeah,
they're obviously good. They're good every year. Now you go, I got everything, but stinky Jared Goff ain't getting me there.
Right.
I don't need any more draft picks. I have my team.
Okay.
Go get Matt Stafford. That's how you build.
And hopefully in 2 years we're going to be in that position maybe.
Trevor Lawrence is going to rot on the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to absolutely rot until his rookie contract is up and he either forces his way out via trade or sign somewhere in free agency.
No, I disagree to that.
There's no way
I think
he's on the Jacksonville Jaguars in 5 years.
Yeah, I think that team's going to be good. I do. I think Trevor Lawrence is a that type of quarterback that he's going to make people around him good. Marvin Jones, I mean, he's always been okay, but he's having a great year. Chenault having a good year. Like, he's going to make people good.
Okay.
Does it translate into wins? I don't know. I would like to think so. If there's ever a chance I can go get a quarterback, I'm going to go get a quarterback, no matter where I am in my building process. I'm getting the quarterback.
But you're getting an established guy, which is different than taking a guy at the top of the draft.
Right. And that's where this Eagles team should be. Right? We know this draft's weak. So let's not go there. So let's go out and get a stopgap if we have to. Andy Dalton. I don't know, guys like that maybe can be a
You
stopgap.
just traded for your stopgap in Gardner Minshew.
Okay, yeah, there he is. You're right. You got a guy here who can constantly win you 5 to 7 games every year, probably until you build up your team, and then you maybe go get a quarterback. Is that what you want?
That's how I would do
That's
it.
how you would
That's
do it.
how I would. If I
Okay,
were an NFL GM, yes, that's how I would do it.
all right.
But like this Deshaun Watson thing is going to be a gift to what I mean. If is he in shape? Is he
I
still?
don't care. Listen,
I don't know.
the guy has immense talent. He's been a top 5 quarterback ever since he stepped foot in the field. So any team that gets him is definitely going to be a playoff contender right away. Even Houston, if he was on Houston this year, they would be a lot better team.
Watson's going to play again, especially if things clear. That's from Bryce Blackwell.
Right.
Love Bryce. Yeah, he's gonna.
He'll be back.
I don't know how. I mean, you can't even say things like this, but I don't even know how. I don't know if this is true or what happened or whatever.
Well, the legalities of it, you're right. I don't know where this is coming from. All I do know is the NFL hasn't suspended him.
Not yet.
No, they haven't suspended him. So I guess Houston is just saying we don't want you, right, to play.
I don't
But
know
legally,
why.
he can play.
Yeah,
Right?
he could
He can suit
be
up
active.
today.
He could be active today
Right.
against the Arizona Cardinals.
Right. So I don't know why there aren't teams that are just jumping all over this and wanting to take them for 2 first rounders. I mean, that trade to Miami is an absolute gift. That is a joke of a trade.
What was the?
It was like a first, a second, and a third, and then Tua. Like, okay, I'm in.
Who's better, Jalen Hurts or Tua?
Oh, no one. um, if I had to take a chance, I'm probably taking a chance on Tua. But yeah, I'm not. I'm not high on either one of them. No.
That's the thing I can never get past with Jalen Hurts. I don't know if I'll ever get past it. Is you got benched by a freshman
Right.
for a freshman in a national champion, biggest game of your life. You got benched for a freshman.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I just don't understand why everyone said, oh, he went to Oklahoma and he went to Alabama. He's got to be a good quarterback. That doesn't mean anything, guys. He got benched. He transferred. Same thing that we're going to see, like we were talking about Spencer Rattler. He got benched. He's on transfer. That doesn't mean he's good.
All right, we got some actives and inactives here. Let's not get caught with our pants down like we did last week.
We also do have a ranter that wants to come on.
We got a ranter?
Yeah, you want to let him on first?
Yeah, let's get the ranter on.
Okay. You want to handle it?
I'll handle it.
All right, cool.
We got a ranter on. What's your name, buddy? Jason is going to be our first ranter. Watch the chair. We'll see, and we'll get into some active, inactives, fantasy stuff, game picks, and official Eagles picks. Jason, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
What do you want to talk about today?
Anything really, but the Eagles.
What do you think?
Honestly,
They're going to win today? Are you with me, or you think they're going to get buried like John?
It's a throw up. It's a throw up. It's honestly a throw up. If you keep going with the season of RPOs, you keep letting the O line, let the defense just get in there, and Jalen Hurts has got to scramble, and when he scrambles, he doesn't know what to do.
What do you think of Jalen Hurts?
I think everybody's not giving him a chance.
Okay.
You got to think of the position that he's put in. He came in, and Carson Wentz is bad. Carson Wentz is this. Carson Wentz is that. He comes in, starts throwing a couple good passes. Oh, he's the best. He's the future of the NFL. Now you give him a season, and even though he has started the last couple games, he's still a rookie. He's still he's still learning how to go ahead and play the game. Because he's used to the college, scenery and everything like that. He's with the NFL now. This is the big league. This is the big dogs.
Now you're a 4-for-4 Philly sports fan.
As of Phillies and all that.
Yeah, Phillies.
No, I'm not. No.
Are you an Eagles fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you're an Eagles fan. How come when I see Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, those guys are young? Lamar Jackson, he looked better than Jalen Hurts did at this point in his career. Just the eye test. I don't care what stupid stats tell me because stats are for losers. I know
Okay.
what I see with my eyes.
Yes.
How come those guys are good right away, and I can tell after they drop back 3 times, this guy's his franchise quarterback. Joe Burrow, franchise quarterback. Justin Herbert, franchise quarterback. And then I got to kick the can down the road with guys like Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, who everyone wants to just say, oh, they're young, they're still learning. How much is enough time for you to evaluate Jalen Hurts on whether he can play or not?
Well, the first thing I want to say is Jalen Hurts is not Justin Herbert. He's not Lamar Jackson.
Darn right on that.
Everybody takes their own time. Now, I would say give him till the end of the season. He's making plays like the 81-yarder to Quez Watkins, and he can make those big plays, but at the same time, though, he's making those foolish plays. Run out the pocket. He's the type of person to try and make another 81-yarder play like 4 times in a row.
That was Carson's issue. Carson's big thing, in my opinion, because Carson would never take what the defense gives him. He would want to make the big play all the time. That led to his downfall here in Philadelphia.
Exactly. And the difference between Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts is that Carson Wentz didn't scramble as much. Jalen Hurts, he looks around real quick, doesn't see anybody open. His first instinct is to run the ball. But the thing is, though, is that when you have offensive linemen, when you go ahead and you have the backup offensive lineman, and you have the defense coming in towards you, he can't. There's no hole for him to run the ball. So he's got to go ahead and he's got to try and pick a point and try to see where he could throw the ball into where it would fit best.
Do you think he runs out of the pocket? It's like an average of 2.5 seconds. This guy stays in the pocket and then he bails out. Doesn't he have to be a franchise quarterback? Doesn't he have to stay in the pocket more? Doesn't he have to trust his arm more?
He's got to trust his team more. And that's where I feel like everything is going south with the whole Eagles team. They're not trusting each other. They're not working as a team. Now, as you have seen, as of last week, or not last week, the Panthers game, they were down.
Yes.
They were down. They came back, and when they started working as a team, they started making those plays. When they went ahead and when they played the Buccaneers last week, they were down, 21 points?
28-7, I think
yeah, 28-7. They came back and made it a 28-22 game. Now, if you start working like that the whole time, the whole game, there's no doubt in my mind that they will be Super Bowl champions once again.
Well, that sounds like a shot at the coach.
Honestly, I feel like he's an in-between coach. Honestly, I don't feel like he's gonna be around. I don't feel like he's gonna be around a couple years. I mean, I'd say 2 years at best. The NFL got rid of Doug Peterson because they not only were there little things, but they didn't like what he did in that last game. He lost the game on purpose for a better draft pick. Now you take Nick Sirianni, and it is his first year. But when you go ahead and you're not giving your offense a wide spread of plays, you're not doing your job. You're just giving them RPOs, and you're saying, "Here, QB, you make your choice."
So what would you, in order for Jalen Hurts to succeed, Nick Sirianni needs to run what type of offense?
I think he needs to run an offense to where he trusts them, to where he goes ahead and he's giving them well, first of all, I want to say Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins. They're one of the fastest people. Like I said, you've seen Quez Watkins wide open. You see Devontae Smith make those great plays. Now you need to go ahead and you need to get them open more, but it all starts though with the offensive line. Now, when you have players keep getting injuries, it's gonna. I mean, it is gonna take a toll on your team. So going back to your question, what kind of offense I think they should play? I say run the ball. Give Miles Sanders that ball because as you saw, he was getting 16, 20 yards, and they fed him the ball, 4 times, 5 times, something like that?
Not enough.
Exactly. And they're saying RP. I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts has got more yards than Miles Sanders.
Definitely. Has to. I don't have it in front of me, but I mean, Jalen Hurts has to have more than him. Miles Sanders, he doesn't get the ball. He can't rush for any yard if they don't give him the ball.
Exactly.
Do you
And
think today's the day that Nick Sirianni wises up and runs the football with Miles Sanders?
it's a throw up. Like I
You
like I
keep
said,
saying that, and I want to throw up. I like that because I want to throw up a lot of times, especially when I'm watching this offense. But I mean, how you can't not run the ball in this league?
when you're going ahead and you're playing defenses such as Buccaneers, who have shut people down, you've played Panthers, you know, you got to go ahead and you got to take a look at what kind of defense you're dealing with. You have to go ahead and you got to figure out what is the best type of plays that we have to use in this game. When you're going ahead and you're going ahead, pass, 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 the defense knows what you're going to do. They're going to double team wide receivers. They're going to go ahead and make sure that you step out that pocket to where those linebackers can get you.
So, what's your official prediction for today?
Honestly, I mean, the Raiders offense isn't that good. So if Eagles defense can go ahead and make those stops and capitalize on them, and if they play like they played last week and the week before that, and in the second half, then Eagles will come out on top.
So, you like the Eagles to win?
Of course. And this season, honestly, win or lose, because you got to think we also have the whole thing with the Colts and Carson Wentz. So if Carson Wentz plays 70% of snaps, Eagles get first round
Yeah, I
draft
think it's
picks.
75 if they make the playoffs, or 70 if they miss the it's something like that. 75%. We're gonna have the Colts pick because Carson, he's starting to play better, and he looks like he's over those ankle injuries, and I fully expect to have the Colts first round draft pick. And the Miami Dolphin pick, that looks like a gift because they're not good at all, and I don't think they're gonna win today either.
Now, how do you feel about the Zach Ertz trade?
I mean, he's past his prime. I was fine with it.
Do you feel comfortable with Dallas Goedert?
Not really. I don't know how good he is, but I mean, find out because you know what Zach Ertz is going to give you. His best days are behind him.
Especially when you have a quarterback like Kyler Murray.
Oh, Zach Ertz. If he's got anything left in the tank, he should flourish out there in Arizona.
Mhm.
And I thought Nick Sirianni was going to figure out how to use 12 personnel, meaning have two tight ends on the field at a time, but he didn't do that. So there's no point in having Zach Ertz here.
Now Dallas Goedert's coming off of that COVID list. Do you think that they're gonna feed him the ball?
I think. Look, if Jalen Hurts can't move the ball against this team with Goddard and Smith and Miles
Watkins and
Sanders, Watkins, whoever you want, I think then you're looking at big trouble. I think if they can look competent and win this football game and look somewhat good doing it, I could see this football team winning 8 games this season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's only 4 losses. If they can go ahead, I mean, if they win every game from here on out, it's playoff material.
And they've played the gauntlet of their schedule.
Yeah.
The schedule clearly
The first
lightens
half
up.
was the first. I mean, this week's the Raiders, next week's the Lions, and as you were talking about, earlier talking about the Lions, and that 66-yard field goal, Lions are letting things, slip. I mean, and if like I said earlier, there's no guaranteed win. There's no guaranteed win.
No, not with this team.
Exactly.
And you look at this league. I mean, it's tough to say, guaranteed win.
Exactly. So, like last week with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville was on 20-game losing streak, and they went ahead and they came back and made 54-yard field goal, and then like a 53 for the win.
Look, thanks for coming on. Go Birds. We're here every Sunday. Come back, see us. Browse around the store. 10% off everything. Let's get into some fantasy. Let's get into some fantasy here, John, because both of us kind of got caught with our pants down last week.
Yeah,
doing the
I actually
show.
lost my fantasy week because I didn't make the change that I needed to because we were doing the show. So
And then, you got bye Megalodon this week.
yes,
Everybody has a bye this week.
yes.
A lot of guys have byes. Let's go over the actives and inactives for the people. Antonio Gibson is in. Julio Jones is in. Tyreek Hill is in.
Okay.
Darius Slayton is in.
Ooh.
Evan Ingram in for the Giants.
Okay.
Preston Williams, John Ross, Chris Jones. That's a defensive guy for the Chiefs. They're all in. So no
Right.
real surprise here. The inactives, not really a who's who here. Devontae Parker is not playing. Sterling Shepard is not playing. Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots.
Oh, okay. Inactive?
I didn't see him on an
Is that
injury
healthy?
report. That
Yeah.
might be a healthy scratch.
Okay.
Tevin Coleman is out for the Jets. Preston Smith, that's a defensive guy. C.J. Mosley's a defensive guy. Kevin King's a defensive guy. Dante Hightower's a defensive guy.
Right.
So in terms of fantasy, you really
Not
got no
too much.
surprises. You
Yeah.
got bye week problems.
Right, right.
And, I mean, I think I kind of survived it. But, I mean, all the guys that were toss-ups
Right.
are in. It looks like Chase Edmonds is going to be in.
He's a go. Yeah, I heard that.
He's off the injury report, so you could play him. Playing the Texans. That's
looks like Williams for the Bears is in. Right. I don't know what kind of load he's going to get because he was just activated off the COVID list yesterday. So today's his first real day back in the facility. I don't know what he's going to be getting, but he is going to go.
It looks like, Darren Waller for the Raiders.
That's the big one for us, right?
He looks super questionable, according to Adam Schefter here on the pregame show.
Right.
So if you dodge that bullet,
that's the biggest bullet. That's their weapon, and that's usually where we're weakest at, right? So
and then look at that on the bottom. Trey Lance tonight, not active.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Jimmy G starting for the San Francisco 49ers.
Jump on the Colts.
I love the Colts.
Jump on the Colts.
Love them.
Watch us be wrong. So fantasy wise, where you at? You happy with your team this year? Like what?
My team, I have 3 teams, and they're all as average can get.
So you don't have a real chance at any of these leagues?
One team has Derrick Henry on it.
Okay.
So you always got a chance with that guy.
That's true.
He's the best running back since LaDainian
He's
Tomlinson,
30 points every week.
I mean, I was so far out of it in my game with him on my team last week that I didn't even pay attention.
Right.
And I opened it up on Tuesday, and Derrick Henry drops a 37 spot, and I won by 4 points.
Yeah.
Great.
You never could lose with him.
But
you're not happy with your team in general?
No, not really. Well, I swung and missed on Miles Sanders.
Oh.
I swung and missed on Myles Gaskin.
Okay.
He was a big target of mine in the draft.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds is hit or miss out there in Arizona. He was
when healthy.
He was a big target of mine. Damian Harris, I have him on a couple teams. He's been pretty good.
He'll be okay. Yeah, he did. Now that he's back in the swing of things.
I like it now. Lamondre Stevenson's out. I mean, it should be a big dose of
definitely
Damian
goal
Harris.
line should be him now. Yeah, because that was Stevenson.
Because the Jets stink. They can't stop anybody. Damian Harris should have a field day. I believe
you
he's
would
in
hope.
my DraftKings lineup. But, and my one team's a salary cap league.
Okay. That's what we do too. The big one that I'm in is a salary cap one.
Yeah,
too.
I mean I have Herbert on bye, so I threw in Carr, which might be
not a bad play.
Which might be good.
Not a bad play.
Then I have Evans. Robert Woods is just a beast. Oh, I had DK Metcalf on a bunch of teams.
That
too.
hurts a little bit with Russ going down.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when Geno Smith's throwing the ball as opposed to Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you take a little knock
you're gonna
there.
Take a step back. I still think he managed 5 catches last week, but he didn't have any yards. It's another one of my plays tomorrow night. I like Seattle.
You want to go through?
Want to go through it like last week?
Yeah.
I have my plays. I think I have a bunch of plays. I don't like every game like I did last week. Let me bring them up here.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to put a little a 10-team parlay that we'll come up with, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let me bring it up here. What's the first game? What were we on? DraftKings?
Yeah, I do DraftKings. Yeah.
My bets. Okay.
It's taking me a minute to bring mine up here. I don't know why it takes so long, but to close out the Eagles game today, What's your prediction? What's your score?
27-21.
27-21 Eagles.
Is that an over? Hold on. What's the over under? Because I think I bet the over.
I would assume that's an over. 48, right?
That's right there.
Yeah, it's got. I would assume that's an over.
So we'll go 30-24 to take
to really push it. Over.
Push it
okay.
over. Yeah, right. I think there's going to be points here. I think there's going to be points. The Raiders should be able to move the ball if they're going to play off. I don't know why I think this defense is just going to be aggressive, but
the Eagles?
Yeah, they're not going to be. I don't know why that's in my brain, but
there's zero chance with all the speed that the Raiders have. There's zero chance that we're aggressive.
It's a slick Nick game.
Oh, here we go. He's calling it the coaching win. The coach win.
My shot with Nick Sirianni. He's going to run the ball 10 times.
No
way.
10
whole times he's going to run the ball.
Okay, I got the Eagles losing 31-17.
31-17.
I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. I don't think we stop anyone. I don't think we stop Jacobs. I don't think we stop Ruggs. God forbid if Waller's playing. I just don't see where we compete today.
I've liked this linebacker core since TJ Edwards got more snaps against the run. Now, TJ Edwards can't move sideline to sideline.
Correct.
And he can't cover anyone, but Alex Singleton can't do anything. So I like TJ Edwards today. Like, if they're going to try and run the ball with
Jacobs,
like, if TJ Edwards got snaps against Dallas, I think that's a much different football game. Because all they did was pound the A and B gap, and Singleton was too weak and puny to step in.
He got ran over all game
TJ
long.
Edwards, he's Big Ten linebacker out of Wisconsin. He's big and strong. He's not athletic. He's not the complete package, but Alex Singleton is no package.
What give us some predictions here, fam. That you're listening in. I want to hear how the family's taking it.
Jalen also had experience wideouts to throw to last season, while dealing with only tight end Dallas Goedert on second season, wide receivers Devontae Smith, rookie, but they're doing great. Just have to be consistent on start early to finish. So he likes.
You like our wide receivers?
I like them better than last year.
Well, I like them better than last year
because of Devontae Smith,
right?
But you have Goddard, you have Miles Sanders, and you have Devontae Smith. That should be good enough to put a game plan together to be able to move the ball against the Las Vegas Raiders, in my opinion.
Okay. Where are you moving it? You got a guy who can't throw outside the numbers. He can't throw good timing passes inside the numbers.
Yes, but what this quarterback and coach, more on the quarterback, because once the RPO comes into the helmet, it's on Jalen Hurts to make the correct decision.
Right.
What this quarterback needs to realize is he got to stick it in the stomach and maybe take a 3-yard loss so they know that you're going to stick it in the stomach.
This whole team is different. If you just give me 35% running game. Give me 35%.
I think
I'm not asking for much.
I think the league average I saw online is 57. So what's that? 57.
So that's 43.
57-43.
Yeah.
I'm not a math guy, but 57-43.
Right.
You give me 35, but
give me 35.
But
we're not even close to that.
The quarterback needs to realize that you got to stick it in. You got to leave it in the stomach every once in a while. If you show that you're going to leave it in the stomach every once in a while,
right,
that's going to open things up for you to throw the ball.
And for people,
plays.
I know we're above 35 because of Jalen Hurts rushes. I'm excluding
that. That doesn't count.
You got to throw that out of the book. I need to see Miles Sanders running the ball for me to ever think this team has got a chance any week.
Unless it's a straight up QB draw call.
Correct. And we don't have those.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. I haven't
sometimes
seen
in the red zone they do it.
Okay, maybe red zone, but I haven't seen one. It's all RPOs that he chooses to exit the pocket and take it himself. I don't get it.
So, yeah.
You want to go down the line here?
Go down the line, yeah.
All right, so let's start Washington at Green Bay. 8.5.
Yeah, I'll lay it.
You're laying the 8.5? That's a big bet.
That is also my knockout pool selection.
Green Bay's your selection
Green Bay
this
is
week?
my selection.
Okay, all right.
I'm so scared because I think I've gone against the Texans every week but one.
You have. When
And
I was looking
I
at
know if I keep going to that well,
they gotta win.
I'm gonna get burnt.
They gotta win.
So we're gonna go away from that well, and we're gonna take the Packers today.
Okay.
Washington stinks.
Okay. Yeah.
Bonus play on that game. I have Aaron Rodgers over 260 passing yards. Seems low.
That's not a bad bet. Yeah, that's
Seems
not a bad
low
bet.
to me.
At home too. Yeah. All right, Baltimore or Cincy going to Baltimore -6.
I have the over in that game.
You have the over in that game at 46.
I have 45.5.
Okay. All right. I like that. I do like the over in that game.
I don't know because I want to say Baltimore, or no, I want to say Cincinnati.
I want to say Cincy
because I like them and I like Burrow and I like Jamar Chase and.
I'm only doing spreads. I'm not doing over unders. So I'm taking Cincy. Give me the 6.
If I had, yeah.
All right, we got
yeah.
The Jets going to New England -7.
I got nothing for you on that game.
Man, I just think the spreads this week are 7. It seems high, but can New England beat anyone by 7?
They got their heart ripped out last week by the Cowboys.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Is there maybe there's a Damian Harris prop in there? You can maybe
pop
in. But I don't know because it's a rivalry, and I think New England already smacked them up.
I like New England, right? I like New England by 6, 7. I don't know. I don't know if they win by a touchdown. Kansas City going to Tennessee. This is a game I'm very interested in this week. This is going to be, is Kansas City the team that I think they are, still a contender, or is Tennessee the real deal this year too? So Tennessee is getting 4 at home.
Kansas City never covers. They covered last week.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Tennessee's getting 4 at home.
They never cover. And their defense isn't good. So you have an over-under that's 57. This is one of the things that I look
59.
at. 50. So it's up to 59.
Yeah.
If you have a team that can score, the Titans, and you're getting points, and it's projected to be a high-scoring game in Vegas, you got to take the dog.
I agree. If I'm taking Tennessee here, even though I do think Kansas City squeaks this out, maybe a 35-31. Like, I see it right around 4, 35-32, maybe something like that type of game.
I have the over on Ryan Tannehill of 252 yards passing, which I think is a total joke.
I can't take that.
A total joke.
You do? I can't take
that. Over under's 59. He's not going to have 250 passing?
I think Henry maybe has 250 rushing.
Andy Reid's no dummy.
Yeah.
So you got to think they're going to have somewhat of a plan for Derrick Henry.
All right, let's go down. Carolina going to the Giants.
Yeah, Carolina.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
Whatever.
-3.
Here? Yeah, -3. They're just a better football team.
They are a lot better.
They got better
bones.
Team. They got better coach. They got a better quarterback. They got a better run game.
Chuba Hubbard looks just like
he's good.
Yeah,
he was good at Oklahoma State.
I don't think they took a step back losing McCaffrey. All right, Falcons going to Miami. This is the game that's the closest of the week to the spread, but you're all over Atlanta.
I'm all over Atlanta. All over them. All over them. You get a week off. Matt Ryan can still spin it.
Yeah, he can.
Calvin Ridley will be back in the lineup this week.
And it looks like Pitts is starting to come into his own. You know, he's starting to grow week after week.
He played really well in that London game.
Yeah.
So I love Atlanta. And then, obviously, I want Atlanta to win as an Eagles fan because you need the bottom to fall out in Miami.
Right.
Maybe you grab the first pick in the whole
draft.
Love
that. Please. All right, and here comes the college football spread. So you got Detroit going to the Rams. Rams -16.5. An NFL game at -16.5. You don't see too many of them.
But I would take, if you held a gun to my head, I would take Detroit 16.5. But
it's hard to give up.
Too damn hard for my money to bet on the Detroit Lions.
I'm taking the 16.5. I can't lay that much.
It's 3 possessions.
Can't lay that much.
It's 3 possessions.
We got a little line change in Philly, Vegas. Philly going to Vegas. Vegas only -2 now.
That's what I have. I have the Eagles +2.
They opened at 3, right? I'm 99% sure they opened at 3.
So they know Waller.
So
they know Waller's not playing, and they're adjusting.
okay, that could be
accordingly.
true. Yeah,
It's an Eagle line.
it is an Eagle line. You're right.
It's an Eagle line.
That's why I'm taking Vegas. I'm outruling you on this one. I'm
fine.
taking Vegas on this one.
Well, it could win.
They 100%. And here's the worst college. And this is my lock of the day. Houston going to Arizona -20.5.
That's up significantly. I think I saw 18.5.
18 was when I saw.
I did my picks last night in case we got distracted and I couldn't get
20.5.
I don't think I've ever seen. Actually, no. Remember when AJ Feely went up to Foxborough? When the
that
was 24.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest spread in NFL history, not involving an expansion team.
You know what's crazy?
And the Eagles covered. Remember AJ Feely threw a pick at the last minute. They were driving and he threw a pick.
I'm taking Arizona. I'm taking the points. I'm laying the points here. I think this is a get-right game. I think Hopkins is going to go off against Houston.
We talked. Well, that's an interesting factor that I overlooked. That's interesting. But remember we talked about before the show about Penn State.
Yeah.
Who does Arizona play on Thursday night?
I don't know.
They are going to Lambeau Field.
Okay.
So are they peaking?
Are they overlooking, you mean? Yeah.
Are they peaking?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they're going to peak that they're going to lose the football game.
No, please no.
But are they peaking enough to,
Not cover.
maybe it's 17-14 at halftime and then Arizona goes.
Right. Yeah, I'm laying the 20.5 here. Which is huge.
I have no play. I have no opinion on that.
And here's another big one. Chicago going to Tampa.
This doesn't make sense to me.
What? 11.5?
I have +13.
Oh, so it came down.
The Bears, I mean, are the Bears good? No. But are the Bears tragic? No. And I get Tampa is all that right now. They're winning a lot of games and they look really good. No Antonio Brown.
No Gronk. Yeah.
Their secondary is still.
I think Levante David's out too for the linebacker.
And I'll take the 13.5. Maybe how about the Bears win? How about the Bears win today? How about the Bears win today? Knock some people out of that
that would be
knockout
nice.
pool.
Yeah. But I am going to take the points too. I like the 11.5. I only have the 11.5 today.
Fields, he's showing me glimpses at least.
He's wow.
Look, we went to Bally's after the show and we watched. So we caught the end of the ones. And
right.
He made a lot of rookie mistakes down the stretch to point it just cost him the game.
He's not. I don't think he's there.
He took a bad sack and there was 4th and 26 and they were just done.
But that could be to the point that we talked about all day today too. Is they just don't have much around him. Robinson was hurt a lot. So I don't know what.
Look,
they don't have much to help him.
They're not good. They're not
Their
bad.
running backs are completely banged up.
Mooney's good.
Yeah.
Robinson's good. Their defense, look, it's a defensive team.
It's a defensive team. Always has been.
You have a Khalil Mack and,
Yeah, they got a fine defense.
It's too many. Too many points.
Too many points. That's the way I
can justify the Lions. They stink. I can justify that being, what was it, 16.5?
Yeah.
Houston stinks, playing an undefeated team. I can justify that being 20.5. I could never lay 20.5 in an NFL football game, by the way. So good luck. I could never do it. It's just a stay away.
They need to win by 3. 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. Craziness.
Yeah.
So I can justify that. The Bears, I don't know. I can't really justify that being a double-digit line.
All right. Here's the one that we both are very excited for and very high on. Indy going to San Fran.
Yeah, I love Indy here.
I love them to outright win. Yeah. I'm not even taking the 3 line.
What's the money line?
Money line +150.
That's enough to get me going.
Yeah,
so I'll do both.
I'm taking the money line, and I'm
gonna wait to put it in, so I can see
if it moves.
Yeah, because I did good on college football yesterday.
Okay.
And I hit both Sixers games so far.
Nice.
I had the Nets Friday, and I had the Pelicans. They're brutal without Zion. They need Zion.
Oh, they're horrible. Bad. Yeah. All right, last NFL game here. Monday night game. Saints going to Seattle. Saints giving 4.5.
Yeah, the Saints aren't good enough to be giving up
No,
that many on the road.
on
I'll
the
take
road.
Seattle.
Yeah,
I actually put that in now. What line did I get? Hold on. I got 4.5. Is it still four and a
it's
half?
4.5.
That probably
Yeah.
won't move till tomorrow.
I think it will
Look,
move though.
I can never put my heart on. I work too hard for my money to bet on a team that lost to the Giants at home.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry.
the same. All right, so that's my 11
And then I
team.
think Vegas is overvaluing the Saints because of past years. They're not that good this year.
No, they're not that good this year. They when does Michael Thomas comes back? I think he's cleared, right?
He's cleared. Like he was on the PUP list, so
Right.
he's off 6 games. So he's allowed. They say he's still a couple weeks away.
Okay. All right. Once he comes back, maybe it's a little different story. But this is a big bet for me here. $5. I did 11 teams.
Yeah.
Okay, which is you never win these. Payout 8,200.
Wow.
So
Well, like we did this last week, and it was
We
only
did.
like a $3,000.
right. But I only had 10.
Everyone on the countdown show picked the Titans, except Samantha Ponder.
I don't understand it.
I'm doing really good on the Monday Night Football. The dogs are barking on Monday night too.
Yeah.
That's another reason I like Seattle. I had the Colts a couple weeks ago. I had the Titans last week. So
Stay hot.
there's another one. Let's see if they like the Colts here.
No, I would assume everyone's going to go to the 49ers.
Well, if everyone on the panel picks someone, just
it's usually
hammer,
wrong.
hammer the other side. I don't know. I guess they're picking it straight up here.
No, I think they're doing the lines. I mean, they have the lines there, so I'm guessing they're
I think
doing
that's
lines.
just for jabrones like us.
Right. Yeah, maybe. All right, so let's wrap it up with a little bit of Eagles expectations for the poll question. You disagree? I disagree. What makes you think to change to agree? Do we need a quarterback? Is that the main thing, or do you think this structure of the roster needs to just be better in general?
It's just such a. There's not many people like you don't have the star of the team,
Right.
unless Smith goes off and is just one of the best receivers in the league, which he could.
It could happen.
I think he's talented enough to.
Correct.
But unless like, who are your team leaders going to be in 2 years? Who's the best player? Like, is Mailata going to turn into one of the best tackles in the league?
No. I do like their bookends with
started.
Dillard and Mailata, but I can't say
Dillard's
that
been great, by the way.
Dillard's been good for everyone that's
Look,
hammered him the past couple of years.
If
been
I'm
good.
watching the game and I don't hear an offensive line's name,
It's a great day.
that's a great day.
It's a great
And
day.
I haven't heard Andre Dillard's name at all.
Yeah.
And Mailata is like Dillard. He's kind of an egomaniac with playing the left side there. Whereas Mailata, you want me to play guard? Okay, I'll play
He'll
guard.
play wherever. Yeah.
I'll play right tackle this week.
I don't think he knows any different. That's the problem.
But that's good. You need that.
No, true.
Like, you can have remember Vaitai in the Super Bowl year?
Yeah, he went everywhere.
He went everywhere, and they were great.
Yeah, and I think right, Lane's back today, so Mailata's shifting to the left.
Lane's
right,
Lane's going to be active.
Right, I believe so. Yeah,
I know he rejoined the team.
I think he's going, and Mailata's going to the left side, and Dillard's going back to the backup position.
Well, no, I would need Mailata in there somewhere.
Right, I think he's starting in the left. Mailata's starting left tackle.
So Dillard
goes to the bench. Yeah, Dillard goes to the backup.
I don't like that. See, now this is we talked about trades.
Right.
This is where you get Lane out of town.
Okay.
Let the kids play. Get whatever you can for Lane, and thank you.
Really?
Wish them all the best. But you did it with Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
But he's been a day late and a dollar short in getting rid of these guys on time since the Super Bowl.
What's the penalty? I don't know the contract. I mean, Lane's still got some years left on this contract. So what's that penalty look like?
Because he kicks it down the road all the time with Lane. I don't know.
So it's all that stuff that you would have to look into.
I would investigate moving Lane because you're young on the tackles. And then I think Landon Dickerson's going to work out.
I do too. I love his mentality. I love the way that he plays. I
He's
think
mean.
I think he just needs to get a little bit more familiar playing on the inside, right? Because he was center, and that's a little bit different because you usually don't have someone lining up over top of you as a center. As a guard, you do. So maybe that has something to do with it.
And I think he has the brain to play
100%. I
center.
think he's fine. Yeah, yeah. I think he is our center. If Kelsey hangs it up this year, like probably what's going to happen, I think Dickerson's going to fill in that slot.
And then but I don't know, like Herbig, like
I'm
he's
not.
not.
Big,
He's not.
no,
He's
he's
not.
not going to
He's
change
not a
anything.
centerpiece guy.
Yeah, he's not going to change anything.
Like, is Josh Sweat a centerpiece guy? No.
No.
Where are the centerpiece guys?
On defense, you got none. You don't have a one. You don't have a one.
And then on offense, it's Devontae Smith.
Yeah. I mean,
And then you have Quez, role player. You have Gainwell, role player.
and I'm not counting on those guys. Yeah, I'm not counting
No,
on
you
them to be
can't.
good.
But you can count on them to do what they do.
Right. Yeah, they might be nice pieces to have around us to make us competitive, but yeah, they're not guys that I am saying this team's competitive
Like
in 2
Dallas
years.
Goddard. If Dallas Goddard wants to pound the table and be a top 10 paid tight end,
It's not going to happen.
see ya.
It's not going to happen. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you could
out
go
on
to
that.
you could go to the basketball court and start finding tight ends now. I mean, it's just I think tight
All
ends
the
are
best tight ends
are
in the whole in the history of the league have been basketball players.
right. That's what I mean. I don't think drafting a tight end is something that's going to happen. I think it's going to become like the running back. You're going to see that one Kyle Pitts guy that's just a freak. But besides that, you're not going to see first round tight ends anymore.
You're probably right. So, where are the now? It's tough because I think that the guys that they have there now that we don't believe in as centerpieces can do good enough to be like an average football team.
Right.
You need to fill in the top tier guys if you're roster.
So what I'm hoping is right is. And I don't think this is going to happen. I've already predicted this. Everyone knows where I stand with it. But let's say Jalen Hurts does say he's coming back next year. All right. Those 3 picks, every single one of them needs to be on the defense side of the ball. I don't care who is available offensively. All 3 first rounders better be on the defensive side of the ball. And then hopefully 1 or 2 of them turn out to be that centerpiece guy that we need on the defensive side, and maybe you could start building around that.
Well, like you're boxed into having 3 first-round picks. If you want to contend quick, you got to hit 2 starters.
You got to hit 2 of them. You got to give me 2. Yeah, you got to give me 1 superstar and another starter. That's what needs to happen with these picks, and that's what I'm banking on to being contenders in 2 years. Because if you miss on this, and Jalen Hurts is the okay quarterback, you're going to be bad for another 5 years. It's going to be a miserable time in Eagles history if we miss on this big draft.
And you have the cap space too.
And you have the cap space, right? This is the time where you can get 3 quality starters who are going to be on rookie deals, and you have cap space to go out and get veterans to put all around us and make this work. So in 2 years, this could be a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, and I would if I were the GM, I would go young defense, veteran free agent guys
100%
on
Yep.
offense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're going to have to fill in much in the offense. Maybe get a couple offensive linemen, maybe another backup tight end, things like that. But if you draft correctly on defense, you get 3 starters, one of them hopefully a superstar, and then you go and fill it in with the free agency. That could translate the whole entire defense. We got fans saying good luck. They don't stand a chance, right? Yeah, we say the same thing. But I think we're getting ready to sign off for the day here. Prediction you have
I have 30-24 Eagles.
And I got 31-17 Raiders.
All right. That'll do it here on the Boardwalk. We'll see you next week. Pre-game show for the Lions. Thank you to All Campus, our great sponsor. Come in, 10% off all day. If you missed anything here, download us on Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Don't miss anything here on A2D Radio. He's Sean Coyle. I'm Rob.